You know what? I'm just going to say what we're all thinking. Fallout 4 sucks as an RPG. Now, before you go, like, have my head on a platter for that, just stick with me for a second, okay? I'll explain, okay? Because I don't think it's an RPG. I don't think it is. It's not an RPG, okay? So just stick with me, all right? Because, so just stick with me. But before we get into that, I want to get into real quick the fact that we don't play RPGs in the modern day. No, you see, role-playing is for children, nerds, and perverts. You're not a pervert, are you? Well, I am. So how about we talk about what happened to this game? You see, I think the idea that this game is an RPG, it comes from the Steam tags and the fact that historically speaking, this game used to be an RPG. Well, the series at least. And there are some ways this game just completely refuses the idea that it's an RPG. It just takes the idea and like crumples it up and throws it out and just is like, ew, gross, RPGs, get that out of here. It does that a lot, actually. Like a lot. I'm not going to do a full like game review here or a game analysis. There are plenty of those on YouTube, but I do want to talk a little bit about this game in depth. So I'm not going to explain it, but I will have examples of what I mean so that if you were the most dumb of the most dumb idiots in the entire dumb planet, you too can follow along. So let's take a look, huh? You see, this game started as an RPG. In its history is RPGs, like I said before. So that history is really what helps show that this game does not want to be an RPG at all. I'm saying the word RPG a lot. Fallout 1 and 2 were absolute classics of a game. They were in depth and everyone had played them, even though it was like a specialist skill to try to get them running. I myself have tried to play them, but it's hard to do. They're really old and have different mechanics that are just so in depth. But it was the definition of an RPG. It was a classic. Like I said, everyone and their mom had played those games. So what changed? Why isn't it an RPG series anymore? It's not like they stopped selling. When I was a kid, the biggest games were RPGs. Things like Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts or Fallout even, because they were still coming out with those games back then. Those games were massive. Oblivion and all kinds of games like that. They were all over the place. So what happened? They didn't stop selling. They didn't go out of fashion. So what happened with Fallout? One of the biggest reasons that Fallout failed was because when Bethesda bought this game series, they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what to do with a shooter game that was post-apocalyptic. Their biggest roles at the time were Oblivion and Home Alone on the NES. That was it. That was their best work. So what are they going to do with Fallout? A shooter post-apocalyptic first-person 3D game. Yes, Fallout 3 was good. I'm not gonna try to trash it. It was a good game, but it wasn't the best, was it? No, it had issues. And in fact, they're using story beats in that game that they're still using today in their content. Using the Enclave as the main bad guy. Man, this cough, dude. It's terrible. Makes you give based opinions. Worst thing ever. But I will give Fallout 3 this. It was better than whatever that is. Another big problem with Fallout 3 was that it suffers from the same issue that even Skyrim suffers from, which I talked about in another video of mine. You should go watch that. But I think that the biggest issue that it really carries with it to this day is that the side quests are the best part. Why am I going to play the rest of the game? A good example of this is in this exact side quest that I'm doing. I'm working on finding a kidnapping victim, and in the meantime, you find out that these people are cannibals and that they end up being so much worse and having so much more story to them than the rest of the entire main story. So I ask you again, why am I going to play the rest of this game? That question really comes into play when you consider that most side quests end up being this. Hi, adventurer. How are you today? I have this one random thing that you need for this really specific quest. If you want it, just go get this other thing for me, bring it back to me, and I'll give you this. Thanks, person. I'm definitely gonna do that. I'll be right back. Oh, here's the thing I need. All right, time to head back. All right, I'm back, and I have the thing. Here you go. There's definitely something in my hand for sure. Wow, thanks, adventurer. You were great. Here's this one thing you needed. Have a nice day. Bye. Get out, leave, go away. I don't want you here. Go, goodbye. But if you compare that to more successful RPG games, even in the Fallout series, like in New Vegas, where their side quests look like this. Hi, adventurer. So the town that helped you out, yeah, they're kind of gonna die if you don't help them out. So maybe you should go help them out if you would like. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, sure, I'll help them out. Why not? Let's do it. Yeah, great. I'm glad to hear it, adventurer. Now, if you want, you can get dynamite, and you can get ammo, and you can get people. If you just go talk to those people over there, they'll help you out, okay? All right. Hey, bro, can I get dynamite? Hey, bro, can I get ammo? Hey, bro, can I get people? Great. I think we're ready. Okay, so I learned it all. I learned everything. I did it. Good job, adventurer. Now you can go to make your choice, which does have impacts on the world and may damage or help you in the adventure ahead. Have a nice day. And those examples are perfect reasonings for why Fallout 4 failed, because those comparisons there are follow instructions or have context, consequences, and choices in the things that you do. Now, those three things are what role-playing is. Unfortunately, in Fallout 4, once I get the ability to do this, I can just ignore the rest of everything else. There's no emergency. There's nothing that's really telling me to go out and go play the game. I might be thinking, well, a story doesn't make it not an RPG, right? That's not how it works. That's not what happens, right? Right? I don't think that story is what makes it an RPG or not. I think that mostly gameplay and mechanics do. But let's look at the mechanics. The mechanics in Fallout 4 are crafting, settlement building, and base building. What about that makes you think it's an RPG? But you know what it does remind me of? It reminds me of another little game called Minecraft, which is a sandbox game. So why is this game a sandbox game? You see, in an RPG, I should be able to play in the world around me and have them react to me or make it feel like there's something here. When Bethesda was making Fallout 3, they remembered that they were making an RPG, so the world feels lived in and used and the world reacts to you. But they forgot all about that in 4 and just went, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Who really cares? They actually actively push you to go do whatever you want, which is why, again, the side quests are better than the main quest, because you're living in a world that has life in it. One of my favorite quests, and I play it a million times over, is anything that has to do with Hancock, because this guy has personality. You know, it doesn't. Fallout 4 doesn't have any personality. I don't just mean the story or the gameplay. I'm talking everything down to your own character. 9 times out of 10 in this game, I don't know what I'm gonna be saying as a character. I don't know what's gonna come out of my mouth. And that's bullcrap. That's not how RPGs work. I should be able to do whatever I want and have people, you know, react because it was how I wanted to act. None of that in Fallout 4. Nope. Instead, you get scenes like this.
Don't lie to me, Nick. You're one of them. They made you.
Yeah, I've heard it all before.
Wow, Nate, that was hateful. Don't be so hateful next time. That's not what I meant it as. I didn't mean to be hateful here. No, I was trying to just ask questions and figure out the world around me. But instead, he ended up just going on an entire different rampage. And it shows how your words even don't matter in this world, let alone your actions. Your words don't mean jack squat. think about how your stats even affect your character, because guess what? They don't. Other than your strength and like numbers getting higher, but in reality, they don't affect your character. Where in New Vegas and Fallout 1, this is a real interaction you can have. Hi, adventurer. How are you? What brings you around these parts? Pizza? Get the hell out before I kill you. Which truly showcases how little Bethesda cared about this game. It shows that they didn't care about what your words meant, or what your thoughts meant, or what your actions meant in the world. They just had a story that they half cared about, half developed, and then sent on its way. They didn't care when they were making this game. They didn't care that the fact that when they were half done with the game sat there and went, no more, I can't take it, please stop adding stuff. They didn't care about that. And now we're left with an infinite amount of directions to go with it. And with an infinite amount of directions, with no set story that's compelling in any way, what do you get stuck with? Hey, surprise, you get stuck with Fallout 4. Because apparently Bethesda has no idea what they're doing when it comes to making a real RPG game. Terribly sorry to tell you that, but they don't care. They really don't. And I'm not even saying that it's a good sandbox game. I'm saying it's a sandbox game. It's not a good one. It's like a crappier version of Animal Crossing in first person with guns. Like, no, who cares? It's a trash game. It's a trash game. But that doesn't matter because it's still not an RPG. It's just a crappy sandbox. It's not even a crappy... I'm sick of... Listen. No, but like, no. Like, no, listen. But like, listen, though. But like, no, listen. There are two main things in this game that stand out to tell you it's a sandbox game. I've already mentioned one of them, and the last one is the reason that I made this video. Number one, they don't want you to play the game. They don't. No, they don't want you to play the game. They want you to shape the world around you. They want you to do the base building and the crafting and the settlements. Duh. That's what you should be doing in this post-apocalyptic role-playing game. Don't be silly. What, you wanted to make a character and play as whoever you wanted and react to the world around you? No. No. That's not what we do. It's not how you play the game. Because it's not that. It's a sandbox. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but they don't want you to go do the story. They want you to join the Minutemen, or join the Brotherhood, or join the whatever, anyone, any of the number of allegiances in this game. No, they want you to join one of those and then go make a settlement and then shove people in it and make sure they're happy. But whatever you do, whatever you do, don't play the game. Don't do that. The second one, also I've mentioned already, but it's that there's an infinite number of ways to go. There's no like set story. Like, I can understand having paths and having different endings, or even having one set of endings, like one ending, but then having like multiple paths to do it. Like, I get that. I think that would be cool, but they don't even have that. They don't. You know what they have? Do you want to know what they have? They have one ending. And that one ending doesn't even feel good because you don't get to complete what your character wanted. You don't even get that. Instead, you're too busy worrying about if those stupid clankers should actually be free to walk around or not. And it doesn't feel as though you've done anything. So what am I supposed to do in a game where I'm supposed to have a goal, can't get to the goal, get a whole other goal? I get it. That they wanted to have this game be expansive and great and huge. I get it. I understand. I do. But it just feels like it goes on forever and ever and ever. And it sucks. Because that's not what I was advertised in the trailers. When I saw this.
We do have coming in confirmed reports of nuclear detonations.
My God. Our soldiers were right. War never changes.
I was expecting something a little bit more done, like finished. Yeah, it feels as though even when I do find Sean, when I get to the Institute, I don't feel like I did anything. No, instead, I feel like I just got stuck in a room with Herbert the Pervert for 20 minutes and then went back to my boys back at the Brotherhood. That was it. That was all I did. And it reminds me, honestly, a lot of Minecraft. Like when you get to the end in Minecraft and the game finishes, it's not really finished. Like it's just starting. Like you're getting to a place where you get more blocks and you get more tools and more weapons and armor and that kind of thing available to you. It helps you make the game easier. And that's what it feels like here. When I get to the Institute, I don't feel like I completed anything. No. I feel like maybe not even that I'm continuing something, just that I feel like I got there. Maybe I get some more weapons. Maybe I get a new team. You know, there's a lot of maybes, a lot of ifs. It doesn't feel at all like a proper ending to the game. My goodness, I gotta hydrate. Remember, kids, hydrate before you dehydrate. And so I think that this game has a lot wrong with it that we could fix. Like, it goes beyond the story. Like, I see a lot of people complain about the story or the gameplay and the glitches. Beyond all that, it sucks. And it's not even because it's all that bad. Like, putting it on that pedestal of a sandbox game, you really unlock a whole new world of this game being kind of good. Like, it's bad at being a sandbox, like I said before, don't get me wrong, but it becomes better than it was as an RPG. Because that's what it was designed as, was a sandbox game, not an RPG. And while I'm thinking about it, honestly, there's something that we can learn from that. You know, you and I could learn to package ourselves right, like in a personal level, not just like our branding, but as a person, like put yourself out there as the person that you are, not the person you want to be, not the person you think you are. Instead, the person that you are as a whole person. You're good, you're bad, you're right, you're wrong, you're everything, the good and the bad. I mean, without the bad, you're incomplete. Maybe we could take a lesson from Fallout's book and learn to brand ourselves right. You know, if we're too busy thinking about how we are trying to be one thing or trying to be too much of this or trying to be too little of that, you end up in a spot where you become this like gray blank sheet instead of you. Be you. Be who you were supposed to be. Don't be somebody else. Don't try to be something else. Don't market yourself as something else. Show people who you are right from the get-go. Because if you don't, you'll fail. Just like Fallout 4 did. And it was all because of marketing. Honestly, if you put that lens on it of this game being in a sandbox, you end up making sense of why Fallout 76 came out. It makes logical sense for Fallout 76 to be the next game after 4 if we slap sandbox on it. And it's because this game goes beyond open world. I mean, it's just open. Almost as open as your mom last night. It's terrible. I hate that. I might gut that. But my point is, don't market yourself wrong. Show everyone what you have to offer. And some people aren't going to like it. Not everybody has to like it. If you try to be that person that everyone likes, you'll always fail. You'll always flop out of it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it.